Oh, more about Bernie. Leave it to Bernie Sanders to cause some infighting among Democrats. The Vermont senator is backing the Democratic candidate for mayor in Omaha, Nebraska. So what's the problem politically? Well, the candidate, as you see there, Heath Mello, happens to be pro-life. DNC chairman Tom Perez is having none of it, saying all Democrats should be pro-choice. But when one of the left's leaders, House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi, was asked about it, she said, with Sanders, should Democrats be worried that they can't get on the same page over an issue so close to their hearts? Joining me now, it's townhall.com news editor and Fox News contributor Katie Pavlich.
Hello.
Katie P.
What's up?
Welcome back.
Good to be here. Thank you.
So let's talk about this a little bit. And now, normally, these abortion missteps are the realm of Republicans. It's rare for Democrats to fall out of line with each other on one of their favorite issues.
Well, here's the thing. Nancy Pelosi is arguing and I think lying when she says that Democrats can be pro-choice and still remain in the party. It's not that Democrats are just pro-choice. They are viciously pro-abortion. They can't even detail any reasons why there should be restrictions on abortion. Essentially, they've argued in their party platform repeatedly that women are entitled to abortion until they walk out of the hospital with their kid. And when you look at the polling of where the country is going, the majority of Americans believe that there should be restrictions on abortion after 20 weeks, which is very different than what people like Nancy Pelosi preach. And in terms of the unity tour, I'd say it's going pretty badly when you have Democrats falling off of the train on an issue that, orthodox-wise, has been very solid for Democrats since the 1970s.
Yeah, in fact, Elise Hogue, who is the president of NARAL, she said that Democrats who are pro-life are actually anti-choice, that they want to disallow women to be able to choose when and how they have children.
Well, I think Bernie Sanders would probably disagree, and I find it interesting that liberals are always accusing conservatives of focusing on social issues that don't belong in the government realm, and here we are now with Bernie Sanders backing someone who dares to fall off the thinking and the plantation, essentially, of how you should think on the left about abortion with no restrictions at all, and he's getting heat for it, but they need to realize that Bernie Sanders is one of the most popular politicians in the country, and he's the one who's leading the Democratic Party right now, not Tom Perez, and certainly not Nancy Pelosi.
And not Howard Dean. You know, Howard Dean, I was poking fun at him this weekend because he said that hate speech is not protected by the First Amendment. And, you know, even Bill Maher had to come out and say, what are you talking about? And it was Bernie Sanders. You know, we talked about it in the last segment. Bernie Sanders is the one who was like, I may not agree with Ann Coulter, but let her speak. And now Bernie is out on the road supporting a candidate for mayor who is a state senator, voted for abortion restriction in his home state.
Well, and it all comes down to money, right? I mean, this comes down to the abortion lobby, hundreds of millions of dollars over the years spent by groups like Planned Parenthood, which, by the way, gets $500 million of your tax money every single year. At this point, that's probably going to change, to spend money on Democrat campaigns. They have Emily's List, which is a liberal group that only supports women candidates who are pro-choice, who are for abortion up to 9 months. And so they're really going to have an issue if they start getting off of this one, because this has been something that's held the party together. But I think Bernie Sanders is smart in the sense that he's looking at this and going, it shouldn't really matter. And by the way, younger generations are actually more pro-life based on science than their older predecessors.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And it shows, because the abortion rate, particularly for younger people, has been going down for years. And, you know, Nancy Pelosi has to do some backtracking, because there are a lot of Catholic Democrats who are like, wait a second, what are you talking about?
Right.
You know, don't tell me that I have to be pro-choice because you and your fellow fascists have come up with some creed that I don't agree with. Katie Pavlich, thank you so much for your time. Always appreciate it.
Thanks, Kennedy. See you soon.
Come back to New York soon, please.
I will.